What's going on, everyone? Well, what do you say at this point, right? Jarred Vanderbilt got an update, and of course, not great. So he won't be back or he's targeting early January. So basically, we're minimum a month away from Jarred Vanderbilt returning. Hold your breath, right? It's kind of at this point, it's one of those things where it's like, we'll believe it when we see it. Right, like I just kind of feel like that way. I don't know, maybe you feel the same way, let me know. But per reports coming from pretty much everybody, right? But Shams was the first one that I saw the notification for. ESPN story with Dave McMillan. Lakers forward Jarred Vanderbilt experienced fluid in his left knee recently during rehabilitation and is now targeting early January for a return. So he was supposed to be back to start the season, maybe, right? Was their thing like, hey, maybe he'll be back. And he's not coming back till essentially the midway point at that point, right? Like, we're going to be 30, 32 games in or something like that, maybe even more, depending on where he comes back in January. It's unfortunate. Look, I love Jarred Vanderbilt. I think Jarred Vanderbilt would have a huge impact on this roster. He solves like 70% of our issues, right? Obviously not in the offense side, but the Lakers have been fine offensively for the most part. They're inconsistent, but night in, night out, they've been mostly a good offensive team, right? But we lack athleticism, perimeter on the defense, and Jarred Vanderbilt solves both of those things. Also, Jarred Vanderbilt does impact the offense side, and JJ Redick himself has said that he has a vision on how he wants to utilize Jarred Vanderbilt in the offense. I mean, look, Darvin Ham, before Vando got hurt, Darvin Ham was able to figure out how to get Jarred Vanderbilt to give you 10 to 12 points a night. I trust JJ Redick to be able to do the same thing. Also, again, he impacts the offense in kind of the non-traditional sense, right? Keeping balls alive, creating offensive rebounds, right? Loose ball turnovers, regular turnovers, getting out in transition as the leak out man, right? There's ways that he impacts as a slasher, off-ball cutter, right? Creating backdoors. He can be the slip man, setting the pick, right? There's a lot of ways that he can impact the game, but more so just slowing down the other team. And we've seen Anthony Davis plus Jarred Vanderbilt by themselves make the Lakers one of the best defensive teams in the league. Why? Because both guys just cover so much ground. Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the NBA. Wimby might have something to say about that, but outside of him, Anthony Davis is up there, right? And then Jarred Vanderbilt is one of, if not the best perimeter defender in the entire league. But it's not just how good he is defending as an on-ball defender, it's the ground he covers, right? We've talked about it. It's like he teleports at times. He's over here, and then he's over here, and then he's over here. The footage that I, always tell people, hey, if you want to see a masterclass of defense of Jarred Vanderbilt, go look, I think it's game 3 of the Golden State Warriors, right? Where Jarred Vanderbilt literally is clamping up Steph. I mean, just watch that Warrior series, period, right? Because he was guarding Steph. But he had several sequences where he's defending Steph. He's cutting him off from the ball, right? Steph has the ball. He's hounding him. Steph gets rid of the ball. Vando moves over, helps as a help defender. They kick it back to Steph. He's right there, right? Steph doesn't even have a chance to get his shot off, right? He's right there. Steph gives it back up. He's back here. Steph comes around cutting. Boom, they pass the ball to him. He's there to defend the pass. Steph passes it back. You think you're going to get an easy dunk, and then Vando challenges it at the rim. And you're just wow, what a sequence, right? It's the ground he covers. He just covers so much space. But the best ability is availability. And the guy has had injury issues dating back to his rookie season, right? He was great the season we got him because, he was healthy and playing well and stuff. But it's just, this is now going on, it'll be a year and a half that he essentially has not played. I mean, he's played 20 games or whatever it was. At what point is it I'd love to have him back, but are the Lakers in a position to gamble on him? Right? Again, I'm not saying you just trade Jarred Vanderbilt, right? I don't think you just trade him for a bag of chips, but, if you need him for salary to go get, especially if you're getting a 3-and-D wing, right? Let's say you're for Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Let's say they're we want, Jarred Vanderbilt in the deal. Fine, here you go. If you want to take the chance on Vando, go ahead. We got a legit 3-and-D guy that come in. Is he the defensive player that Jarred Vanderbilt is? No. But he's a good defensive player that also is just a better offensive player than Jarred Vanderbilt, right? So, again, I'd rather have, like, the consistency. Like, Jarred Vanderbilt's great in, like, 15-minute doses, right? Like, or, like, 4 minutes a quarter, right? Where he's getting, like, 16 minutes, and it's like, dude, you're the assignment guy, 4 minutes a game. Your job is to basically make sure that that guy doesn't score. And he can just hone all of his energy on, Ant-Man or, SGA or Luka or Kyrie or whomever, right? Whoever the assignment, Jamal Murray, right? Like, I still believe in that Denver series, at least one, if not both of those games, the Lakers win. The ones that Jamal Murray hits. Because if Jarred Vanderbilt's healthy, guess who's on Jamal Murray rather than Austin Reeves, who they ended up getting switched off, and Anthony Davis had to come and help. It's Jarred Vanderbilt, right? Maybe Jamal makes one because he did make two of them, but he's not making both of those. Jarred Vanderbilt is clamping that dude up, right? Like that's what he's valuable for, right? No one's looking at Jarred Vanderbilt to be a 40-minute-a-game guy and, he's just doing everything. No, it's like, we need you 16 to 20 minutes a game, just focused, honed in. And he can have that impact, helping rebound, right? Getting deflections, getting turnovers or creating turnovers, right? Like, all of those things are so impactful. But again, it's like, yes, like, does Jarred Vanderbilt come back and all of a sudden we're the best team in the league? No, but we're better, right? A lot of people are like, oh, your savior, Jarred Vanderbilt. He's not like the savior, but he is definitely, one of the disciples or whatever, right? Like, or a savior, right? Like, the guy is somebody that can change the landscape of this team to an extent. He doesn't change the landscape so much that you're, now we're Boston level, but he changed it enough to where, say we're the 8th ranked team in the NBA, right? Or 9th, or let's say 10th, right? Well, now with Jarred Vanderbilt, I do believe you go from like 10th to like 7th, right? Because he just impacts the game so much. You're still not in the top 5, still not anything like that, but you're still a lot better. Or if you're, 7th, maybe now you're in the top 5, right? Like, he alone can do a lot of damage because, again, it's the ground he covers. He's not like, you look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels, who is looked at as one of the premier defenders in this league. Doesn't really give you much offensively, one of the premier defenders in this league. The difference between Jarred Vanderbilt and Jaden McDaniels, they're both excellent on-ball defenders. Jaden McDaniels is one of the better on-ball defenders in the league. He doesn't cover the ground that Jarred Vanderbilt covers. Jarred Vanderbilt at times it's almost like he's defending the entire court. Like, it's insane. And then you pair him alongside an Anthony Davis, good luck, right? Like, and that's the difference. But again, the best ability is availability. And even if he does come back, right, like, can we trust that he's going to stay healthy? That's another thing, right? How long until he's hurt again? How long until we're in this boat again, right? Like, that's where the dilemma lies, in my opinion. That's where it's like, again, I think you at least consider it. Problem is there a team that would give you value for Jarred Vanderbilt for what they know he can be rather than what he currently is, right? Like, that's the difference. Jarred Vanderbilt's playing and he's healthy. Like, in a perfect world, Jarred Vanderbilt comes back like super early, right? Like January 2nd, right? And he's good to go. It takes him two weeks or whatever to kind of get into the rhythm and flow of things, because that's something you have to take into account too. Is like how long until he starts looking like Jarred Vanderbilt. It took him about 10 games last season to start looking like Jarred Vanderbilt. He wasn't fully there, but he was starting to get there. And so it's like, how many games till that? It's not like this guy, has been doing all these reps and all this cardio stuff. Like, no, his thing is his knees and his feet, right? Like, he's a guy that it's going to take time to ramp up. He doesn't have a hand injury where he's able to kind of keep certain things going and staying in a certain cardio regime and stuff. Like, no, he's got to really kind of pick some stuff up. I mean, even if he's like medically cleared and, let's say he gets ahead of schedule, like let's say in, the last week of December, right? It's probably going to take him a week or two to really start ramping up. Right? So he's probably, like, chances are he's probably not coming back to like mid-December at best. I wouldn't be shocked if it's closer to the end of December rather than early or end of January. I don't know if I said mid-December. I meant mid-January. He's probably, I wouldn't expect him till probably mid to late January, which means at that point, again, teams are only going to trade for him if they have the belief that he may end up being something, right? Like, they're not going to trade for him and his salary to, like, a team that's willing to take the gamble, right? If you get a team that's like, hey, we're a bad team, we can kind of just let Jarred Vanderbilt take the year off, right? Get himself right, and then he could be fully healthy next season, and we might have a premier, defender out on the perimeter, right? Like, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a team that's like, okay, we don't need him this year. We're not winning anything. We're not doing anything. Hey, Vando, we traded for you. Take the rest of the year off. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Don't even worry about coming back. Because even if you come back, we're probably not going to play you. We're trying to tank for Cooper Flag or whatever, right? So just enjoy your time off, right? Get yourself right and be ready for next season, right? Like, that's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for a team that, like, sees the value in that of, like, okay, well, we get a healthy Jarred Vanderbilt, that can make some noise, or it could be a valuable trade chip, right? You start getting a healthy Vandal, there's teams that might be like, hey, we could use a guy like that, especially on like $10 million a year. So just things to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts on this news? However you feel, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.